Hey everyone, welcome to this super groovy video. Well, I hope it's groovy. It's been really gloomy the last week of December. I keep trying to film, but you know, the sun just never shows up, so I'm just refilming this introduction in a much better background and with much better lighting. But I'm so excited to share everything I bought in Australia. Most of them are really quite 70s or 60s inspired. Some of them are really from the 70s, but the others also have a retro feel to them from the 80s to the 90s. So if you're looking for some old school inspiration, I really hope this video will be helpful for you. Some of you who've been watching for a while may know that I have a special thing for shoes, especially boots. I have a Doc Martens collection, I have some Harley Davidson boots, I have lots of ankle boots and more like funky boots in different colors. But I've been searching for a kind of animal print boot that's, well, a statement piece that I can wear with plain trousers or jeans or even skirts, I guess. Maybe not here in Manila, but elsewhere. I stumbled into this store. It just looked like an op shop. So I went inside and immediately I saw lots of old cabinets. So it wasn't just a secondhand shop for clothes. They also had shoes and homeware. The table right in front of the entrance had a display of shoes, and my eyes were immediately drawn to a pair of boots. They were just so loud, but so pretty and so 70s and so very me. I had been searching for boots that were very similar to these ones, but were either too expensive or not my size. Picked them up, turned them over, and looked at the size, and they were in a 38.5, which is exactly my size in Italian or European sizing. Converted into Philippine pesos, came out to just around 2,000 pesos. These are the boots. I think these are the prettiest boots I own at the moment. They are pony hair boots. I really have no words to describe these boots. I mean, they are loud enough that they can speak for themselves. The heel is 4 inches. The toe box is more of a square shape, so your toes have room to wiggle around in. There are only a few spots where the hair has come off. They are in such good condition. I really couldn't believe my luck when I saw these in the store. And the cashier told me that they had just come in, so she said, I think they're really meant for you, in an Australian accent of course. But I just couldn't be happier. I spent around 2 hours in that store, but all the time while browsing, my thoughts were still with these boots because I really couldn't believe my luck. These are gonna go great with more outfits than I can think of right now, but I don't know. I'm so in love with these boots and I can't wait to wear them more. Well, you're on the subject of pony hair or cowhide things. I picked up this bag at a flea market. It was very early morning. We had to get there around 6 a.m. This was just on top of a chair in the middle of the parking lot. No one was really paying attention to it. I'm not sure why. I thought that it might be super expensive, but being the inquisitive tourist that I am, I had to go up to the lady and ask her how much it was, like, in a very shy way, because I felt like it would be super expensive. The price was only $10, so I tried to contain my excitement, but deep down inside my eyes were just popping out of their sockets because $10 Australian is equivalent to just around 400 pesos, and this is real leather, it's real cowhide. She just said, oh, that's really old, darling. I was just keeping it to myself. It's in really good condition. It's so clean inside. Well, I mean, I just got it dirty because I put a lot of stuff in it already, but it's real leather. It's so well made. I haven't even given it a good clean or wipe down yet, but as is, like the minute I bought it, I could already imagine myself wearing it with my bell bottoms, my high-waisted jeans, a nice western shirt. There's a separate compartment inside with a zipper, so you can put your more valuable things in there. But it holds so many things. I've put my cameras in here, a thermos, some clothes. Yeah, another great find from the flea market. These next two bags were from the same seller, and if I remember correctly, she was selling some bags for $20, some went up to $40 to $60, but my eyes immediately went to these two bags because they're both made from real leather. Like from afar you could tell they're real leather and real vintage. This was, I think, being sold for $15 or $20. This might have been $30. So I was really torn between the two, and I really wanted to choose just one because at this point I had already shopped for so many things. I was worried my stuff wouldn't fit in my luggage anymore, so I just kept picking this up. I put it down, pick this up, I put it down, and the seller was being really stern with some customers because they were trying to haggle some of the bags down to 10 or 20, and she was keeping a really stern face and saying, no, 20. No, 30. So she was so strict, I was scared to ask her for a discount. I eventually settled on this one, and I think she sensed that I just really, really wanted the bag, so she gave this at $20, which was a really good deal if that was 30. Yeah, this was definitely 30, so she gave it to me for 20, and I was so thrilled, and I explained to her that I had been choosing between these two bags, and then she said, well, if you get both, I'll give this to you for $10. So of course I picked them both up. I ended up with both of them. I like this one a lot because it's in such good condition. Like, you know, it's an older bag, but she's cleaned it, or I guess it was stored really well because there aren't a lot of scratches. The leather's really nice and shiny and soft, so you know it's been worn too. It wasn't just bought and then stored. I think it was worn a lot and then stored lovingly. It's really soft. There are two compartments inside. One is also a zip compartment. It's quite roomy, and the straps are really sturdy. I like the hardware too. It's pretty heavy brass hardware. This has no hardware, so I can wear this with pretty much anything. There's a zip compartment, there's a card holder, there's a zip compartment in front, and a Velcro snap one at the back. I also like the little pinstripe lining. It's another clean bag, really well maintained, very soft. The straps cannot be adjusted, but it's really just what I like and need. It's a crossbody, and it falls just there. It falls by the hip. It's a really good length. You can wear this with so many things. The last bag I'm going to show you isn't even a real bag. I was digging through some clothes and some used matchboxes and tin cans, and then I spotted this thing under a table beside like VHS tapes and pots. This is a twister exerciser. I remember seeing these when I was small. It's basically a round thing that you can twist your body on. So this was $2, and I don't think the seller even realized that I wanted it because of the case. The actual exercise thing comes inside, so it fits very snug in here. I didn't really care for that so much. I just wanted the bag. She said, oh, just take that. Take it for $1. It's only $2, but she gave it for $1, which is around 40 pesos. So technically almost free. Moving on to the clothes, I'm going to start with everything I bought from the flea market first. I think I'm going to divide this into the flea market finds and the op shop finds. And this is one of the first things I found in the flea market. It's just a plain silk top. It fits me just right. The buttons are pearls, so I think that's a nice little detail. I like the pleats over here. Another very easy thing to style with lots of different bottoms or skirts. This was from the same seller. I know it's a nightgown, but I'm more than likely to wear this out to the grocery or something. It's a nice cottony soft material with lace detailing on the pockets and on the sleeves. There's like a light blue, and they're like orangey red flowers and pink flowers, so nightgown chic. And this one is a really sweet dress. It's a little big on me, but I'm gonna belt this. I've taken a liking to wearing oversized vintage dresses with my Chuck Taylors. It's just so that they feel more easy breezy. There's garter at the back, but it's still not enough to cinch at the waist. I like the color, and I like the collar. I also like the fabric. It just falls down, and it's non-wrinkly, so I can pack this very easily. Of course, my eyes were drawn to this cardigan. This is kind of the color family I always go for. There's brown and mustard and orange and cream. It's very thick. It's made from acrylic and nylon, so it's not really breathable, but since you don't button it all the way, it's gonna be just fine when layered with things. The pockets are also nice and deep, and the sleeves have a kind of bell to them. They're wider at the end, so I like that it gives that retro silhouette. I would love to wear this with a turtleneck in a cream color or maybe even a burnt orange color. I think would look really nice with this. I also really like the button. You don't get a lot of buttons like this nowadays. This is a $4 dress. I have a longer dress that's similar to this but very long, so I don't really wear it in real life. It's more of a costumey kind of dress, but this one is only until the knees, or like a little above the knees. I also like the pleats along the waist, and it buttons all the way down, and I have earrings that are similar to these as well, so when I wear this I'm gonna wear my 1980s earrings. It's also a little bit big, but I don't mind so much. Again, I like wearing oversized things and don't always have to belt them. I just like them when they're just hanging on the body. This is another $4 dress. This one is not vintage for sure because of the fabric. I really like the color. I imagine wearing this with some turquoise jewelry. It comes down mid-thigh, but I like the length on this, and I also like that the sleeves aren't too long, so you can wear nice chunky bohemian bracelets with it. You can wear this over pants, but I think it's thick enough that you can wear it just as a plain dress. This is a size medium, but I won't really need to belt it, and I don't want to spoil the pattern by adding a belt. I don't want to cut that really pretty line off, so I'm just gonna wear this as is with some sandals, maybe brown or tan espadrilles, or maybe some white sandals. One item that I really liked from the flea market is this blazer. It's in a tablecloth checkerboard picnic cloth pattern, but it's tailored so well. It's also a long line blazer, so it hits mid-thigh. Normally I remove the shoulder pads, but I think the shoulder pads on this one gives it a nice structure. The buttons are also gold plated and really big. The pockets are deep too. It's such a great fit on me. It really looks like it was measured to fit me. So I'm definitely going to wear this over jeans and a white t-shirt, just keep it really casual. I could also wear this with, what could I wear this with? With my red pants, and then a white shirt tucked into those. In terms of value for money, the award goes to this jacket. This is a real leather jacket with a hood. It's also lined in nylon. It's quite heavy. I was worried that my luggage would really go overweight, but thankfully everything fit. It smells so nice. It smells like my H&M skirt, my H&M leather skirt that I showed in a couple of videos back. This is a size 36 European sizing, so it fits great on me. I can still wear some sweaters or cardigans or thick tops underneath and still have room. There are front pockets, there are no pockets inside, but overall, such a steal for $4. Now let's move on to the things I found in op shops and charity shops. So these are a little bit more expensive, but it's way easier to look for things because they are already organized into pants and tops, long sleeve shirts, short sleeve shirts. This one was in the jacket section. It's a poncho with orange, cream, brown, and tan stripes. Again, a color combination I really like. This was $5 from Salvos. This one I would wear again with a turtleneck underneath and some bell-bottom jeans. It's not super thick, so maybe in springtime or early autumn this is something you could definitely wear if you're going abroad. From the same Salvos, I found this super cool wool set. It's a blazer and trousers. It's 100% wool and it's lined. I would not dare wear this in summer even though the color is very summery. This is definitely an autumn or winter suit. It's a size 12, so it's really oversized on me, but there are ways around that. There are always ways around oversized things. This came to around 1,000 pesos if you convert it, so still a good bargain. A little pricier than I would normally spend inside a thrift store, but since it's a two-piece set, you know, you can justify the 1,000 pesos. This also has a fall leather belt with a mother of pearl detail. It's a deep V. I love the pointy lapel. It has some shoulder pads and also a pocket here. So I guess depending on the occasion, I could wear this with nothing underneath, so the chest would be bare. I'm just gonna close this a little bit tighter. I would either wear really high heels or just some flat men's style loafers to really give it that more androgynous look. From a Vinnie store in a separate location in the city, I picked up this Ben Sherman shirt. This is a size medium. It's a women's shirt, but I think guys could pull this off really well too. The stripes are red, orange, and tan. I would wear this a little more open and half tucked into jeans, white jeans or just blue denim, and I would probably roll up the sleeves too. We are slowly starting to get a little more retro with the items, and this is a really cool polka dot top. It's almost cartoonish, but I plan to wear this tied around the waist or maybe do a half tuck. This would look really great worn with cream silk pants or jeans, or maybe even orange pants if you're not too scared of being that orange. I wouldn't do anything too bold in terms of jewelry just because the print is already very fun and loud, and you really want to keep the attention on a top like this. On the subject of being too loud, this is a pretty loud dress. This was $8, I think, from a Salvos. It's very stretchy. I don't really plan on wearing this myself. I got this more as a costume, and I'm gonna insert the shoot I did with this dress. It reminds me a lot of the Britney Spears music video, the one where she was wearing a lot of glitters. You know which one that is. It's almost crossing that line of being a little tacky, but because of the white and the shape of the dress, I think it's still in kind of safe costume territory. But if you wanted to wear this in real life, I guess white sneakers would do the trick, and that would tone it down a little bit. I seem to really have a thing for polka dots nowadays. This dress is an example of that. This is a vintage dress. This wasn't from a flea market. This was just a stall during a weekend market. So people were selling food, like handmade things. The seller I bought this from repurposes vintage dresses and things she finds in thrift shops. But this was from her personal collection. I think she actually really wore this dress. It says, oh, it's a St. Michael dress in polyester. I do have a number of St. Michael dresses. They're really good vintage dresses that are quite affordable. Now this isn't a polka dot top, but it still gives you that kind of 1950s or 1940s collegiate vibe because of the stripes. Also, it looks a little bit like a Gucci item, don't you think? Because of the dark green and dark red. This was a little bit pricey. I think converted it's around 1,200 pesos. But this is pure wool, and this was made in Australia. I like the brass buttons, and also the color is really what sold this to me. I didn't plan on spending that much anymore, but you know, this is a unique color combination to find in a thrift store, so I took this home right away. Now I love finding tops like this one. If you watch my wardrobe essentials, I always buy really colorful printed tops that don't wrinkle. They're very easy to bring along when you travel and very light. I thought to myself, well, it's a color combination that you don't see so much. It's really bright and loud and almost gaudy. But I wore this with my red pants. I wanted to wear this with my purple corduroy pants. I think that's what I'm going to style this with in the cutaways. I'm still not sure if I'm going to close this all the way or leave it open. It's just a really easy shirt to wear and style. Up next is this really cute romper from a Good Sammy store. I think that's short for Good Samaritans. I can't remember how much this was, maybe $6, but it's super cute. It reminds me of a 1950s bather, or I don't know, I love the color. I really imagine shooting this in a kind of technicolor way. That would be so cool, but this will be a gift for Laura. Hey Laura! I'll put her Instagram account here. If I were to wear this, I would wear a long-sleeved white top underneath, and I'm thinking about two kinds of shoes. I mean, it's easy to wear this with a pair of white sneakers, but I have a beige pair with leather floral details on the strap. I think that would match this well. I also have a more formal pair of stilettos in a canvas material, but the color is quite psychedelic and it has hints of green, so that's why I think it's going to go well with this. Not to miss out on animal prints, I went straight to the rack this was hanging on. This is more of a giraffe print. I have a lot of leopard prints already, and I made a video last year about how I would style leopard prints from the thrift store. I'm gonna leave the link down there and an info card up here somewhere, but please watch that, it's a fun video. I really like this one because of the material. So you can roll this up, no need to steam or iron. I would wear this alone, maybe opened up a little bit. I'm also thinking about wearing a turtleneck underneath. I'd say a black turtleneck or even a nude colored one to make it even more 70s. So easy to style. I'm imagining denim bell bottoms, maybe white pants to make it a little more formal with some cute black cap-toe pumps. Countless ways to style a giraffe print, I guess. Last but not the least is this top I'm wearing. This was from a Salvos store and it was $4. I like it because the color is something I really gravitate towards, and there are daisies all over, so that's just pure 1960s joy. The daisies have yellow dots in the middle. It looks a little old, like it really looks like it's been worn, but I don't mind that so much. I think it just adds to the character of the outfit. I wore a vest over it because it just looks like wallpaper alone, and that's okay, but I just think the vest gives it a little more interest. And that wraps up my super big thrift haul from Australia. I hope you like the items I found and the ways I styled them. Most of these I'm gonna use for photo shoots, so if it seems like a lot, just know I have other uses for them. They're not all just for me to wear by myself, but I really do love collecting vintage clothes, and Australia is such a great place to find vintage clothing. It's a lot cheaper than the stores in San Francisco or Los Angeles, so if you're going to Australia, make sure to check out the charity shops and the op shops there because you're sure to find lots of really good things. So yeah, that's it for today. I hope you liked this video. Please subscribe if you haven't yet, and I'll see you next time. Bye!